There has been commotion with the demolition of Hausa quarters, Hausa houses in Imo State by Governor Hope Uzodinma. Some people are saying, oh, that is not what it is, this is not what it is, this and this and that. At the end of the day, many people were really injured. And that was the reason why the coalition of northern groups came out to ask their people to come home, because they are not safe in the whole entire southeast, because that is what they usually come up with. Some people have the opinion that some newspapers are saying it the way they ought not to say it, trying to sow seed of discord. While some people have the opinion that why is it that Uzodinma is doing this, because Buhari is no longer in power, or what is it? Because maybe he's looking for votes and what have you, and all of those sentiments here and there. Meanwhile, one kid, several shops burnt as Imo government demolishes Hausas settlements. Yes, one person was killed and another injured while several shops and homes were burnt down during an alleged operation by government officials on some Hausa communities in Owerri West local government area of Imo State. Multiple sources told Daily Trust that the officials, believed to be agents of the Owerri Capital Development Authority and Environmental Transformation Agency, alongside policemen, set ablaze shops and properties in Avu Junction and Hausa Market, Nikedi, number 1 Market and Arugu Market as part of the government effort to remove alleged shanties and illegal structures. Several houses and shops belonging to Northerners were burnt down. Most of us are currently taking refuge in the bush, and our Jumat mosque was equally demolished by the task force and the police, said Nurakaba Umar, a youth leader at Nikedi, number 1 Market. Umar said tension started brewing on Thursday and climaxed on Sunday when policemen, on the invitation of Entraco FI officials, shot and killed a 35-year-old trader identified as a Mudasha. Daily Trust reports that the Imo State government, through the OCDA, had last year declared a takeoff on an enforcement order to reclaim the city capital from street trading, shanties, and illegal parking. The OCDA General Manager Francis Chukwu had then met with the leadership of Hausa communities in the state and urged them to cooperate with the government in achieving the plan. Our correspondents, however, could not verify if the operations at the 3 markets were part of the plan, as the Imo State Commissioner for Information, Declan Emelumba, did not respond to calls and SMS sent to his phone. But traders at Nekede number 1 Market yesterday told our correspondent that there had been no notice or order from government agencies asking them to vacate, and insisted that any allegation of crime within their neighborhood should have been investigated. They alleged that government officials, with the connivance of the police, had instead set their wares ablaze and caused them to lose goods and properties worth millions of naira. However, the Imo State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Badi, at a news conference on Sunday, denied allegations that the 3 markets had been set ablaze. Instead, CP Badi said an inferno had gutted Avu Market. The CP, who spoke to journalists in Owerri, said, I invite you here this afternoon to clear some misleading reports making the rounds on social media, alleging that hoodlums attacked and burnt the popular Hausa Market, Avu, which is not true. For the purpose of clarity, I wish to inform you that the incident that happened at the market was a fire outbreak that led to loss of properties. No life was lost in the inferno, and it is under investigation, and the outcome of our investigation will be made known to the public. I am pleased to inform you that the Executive Governor of Imo State, His Excellency Hope Uzodinma, has been informed and directed arrangements be made for him to meet with those affected Nura Kaba Umar, however, later confirmed that CP Badi had returned to the scene of the incident on Sunday evening after his men allegedly shot and killed a 35-year-old man. He came to the scene and urged us to exercise patience, adding that the governor was not aware of what had happened. We were at the scene assessing the damage to our property when members of Entraco and the police came and opened fire on us. They killed one and injured another. So it was police, he added. Traders from the three markets affected by the incidents told Daily Trust that the statement by the Imo State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed, was far from the truth. They said there was no fire incident in any of the three markets, insisting that they had been directly targeted and attacked by government officials and the police. Narrating the genesis of the incident, Musa Isa, who had a provision store in the market said he lost goods close to 10 million naira in the incident. It started on Thursday at about 11 a.m. We heard that some people had stormed Onisha Road, burning shops belonging to Hausa people and injuring many. Some of their properties, goods and money were stolen. Many of them were beaten up, he said. 20 minutes later, the task force and the police arrived at the Kidi #1 market. They burnt houses and shops, they beat up people, and the hoodlums confiscated our money. He said upon realizing that some of the attackers were police officers, together with members of the Wiri Capital Development Authority and Environmental Transformation Agency, then they made efforts to contact other government officials to find out what was going on. We were not told anything. We asked our people not to take laws into their own hands, he said. Abdullahi Umaru, a suya seller from Sokoto State, said his 3 selling points were burnt down. He said, I have lost everything. My wife and I now sleep outside. We don't know what to do. For the police to say it is a fire incident is unfortunate. These people came with bulldozers on Friday and demolished our place of worship. We would see what will happen has happened and claim it's a fire incident. They said, oh, they did not even destroy only one market, or does that mean the fire jumped 7 kilometers from one market to the other? These are people we saw. They came here with bulldozer, demolished and burnt our properties, and we are surprised to hear this coming from the Commissioner of Police, Nura Kaba Umar said. The youth leader said they had approached policemen at the scene on Friday while their place of worship was being demolished, but the security agents had instead asked them to leave. It was soon after that they started setting the shops and the houses belonging to our members ablaze, he said. One of the Hausa community leaders in the state, Lawan Fagi, when contacted by this reporter, also said suspected members of an Entako group who claimed to be in operation to remove hoodlums from the area had burnt down their market. He said the attacks were carried out on 3 markets at Nekede #1 Avu Junction along Port Harcourt Road and Adugo Park along Onisha Road. Yes. Wow. Okay. The coalition of northern groups also have advised northerners to leave the southeast immediately following renewed attacks on northern communities, especially in Imo State. The spokesman of the group, Abdulaziz Suleiman, made the call in a statement on Sunday in Abuja, where he emphasized that no group had the power to hold innocent people to ransom. Okay, all of those stories that are telling their people to come back home. But from the look of things, I can see that these people are not talking about whether it's a communal crisis or whatever. They are pointing fingers at the security people. Security people are saying that nothing of such happened. See, we will continue to have this problem. You know that a lot of things have been going on. So any little thing, it will trigger. Oh, they don't want us. Immediately, I don't understand. Immediately, the CNG started saying, it is the people, they don't want you, your lives are not safe, and this and that. And when I would talk about this statement made by the CNG, we discover that most times a lot of worse things has happened in the north. These guys will not say nothing, and because of the discord, the seed of discourse that has been sown, any little thing it will trigger, oh, these people don't like us. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, we don't have a system in this country. That is why all of this is happening. This kind of a thing, whether government officials will do this kind of a thing and the governor will not be aware, because they are fond of lying. They are fond of lying. They are the ones who have created this problem that we are facing today. They created it just because they want to be in power. Unfortunately, they weaponize the whole system with poverty, and a lot of people have really fallen for all these antics of these useless politicians. Also, the issue of a religion is another thing. Tribalism is another thing. Like I said, any little thing, it will trigger, oh, these people don't love us, these people don't like us. Yes, because you cannot doubt this whole thing. But the problem we have is that it's at the top. They will do rubbish things. They will not pretend, we are not aware, we are not this, we are not that. Why? Creating problems here and there, because they want to be in power. Those who do not even know what to do with the power. That's why when they come in, they will begin to misbehave. I'm talking about the politicians. How can the governor say he did not know? Because these people are saying they are government officials. They are government officials. But the way Amana CNG talking about it as if, oh, the Igbo people, they have come this, they have come that, they have done this, they have done that. And the worst part of it is that the same thing happening in Lagos. The Igbo people would say, their people, go back to your place, go back to. But it is not possible. And I'm even surprised that even these so-called northerners, they are all over the place. That does not mean that the next day they are carrying their bags, they are leaving. See, this is the country that everybody, is used to. The politicians are the ones scattering this whole thing. Before you know it, a lot of things will start happening in the north as well. You will tell the Igbos in the north, leave, come back. There's no way everybody can stay back. You can't stay, everybody cannot just stay back in the village now. Who does that? Nobody. So it's just really unfortunate, because this whole thing is coming from the government. It's coming from the government, but they will feign ignorance. They will feign ignorance. This must be a planted news, and the writer is using the word northerners. I wonder what the writer intends to achieve or instigate. Uzodinma bought the governorship from the Supreme Court, populated by the Fulani during the Buhari regime. So what is actually the problem? Maybe the writer wants to incite something, and I think Uzodinma has a Hausa man in his cabinet, so it is their problem. Yes, so it is not. It is true. During the operation, many guns were recovered. Fulanis used those Hausa markets as hideouts. Things don't scatter from the top, and these guys will continue to do rubbish. Even the Lagos state government, they did nonsense, and all these Agbero doing no manner of things. They are the ones because they want to be in power, because they are not capable of doing of having that power. Second base. So guys, that's just it. That's just it.